The Battle of Chancellorsville was one of the battles of the Civil War fought in Chancellorsville, Virginia from April 30th to May 16, 1863. Lincoln sent the Union Army led by General Joseph Hooker down to attack the Confederate Army in Virginia. There was a total of 190,000 soldiers fighting this battle, 130 of them being Union soldiers and 60,000 being Confederate. Hooker used his advantage in number to create a cunning plan to reach the Confederates. Besides the smaller number in soldiers, the Confederates had to face the Union Army and fight as hard as possible against the intelligence of Hooker and his men in order to defeat what was to be a major disadvantage.
Robert E. Lee was a man destined for military greatness, also one who defines military convention to defeat the Union. He was one of the most brilliant tacticians in American military history and embodiment of the Southern military during the Civil War. By May, he was made a lieutenant general of Confederate forces by President Jefferson Davis. The masterful victory at Chancellorsville gave Lee great confidence in his army. Joseph Hooker quickly established himself as one of the Union Army's most talented senior commanders. When the Civil War first began in April 1861, Hooker ventured to Washington, D.C. Here he secured a Union commission and became a general of volunteers. A surprising defeat at the Battle of Chancellorsville led to his resignation just days before the Battle of Gettysburg. His moves brought 132,000 men to bear against Lee's men through a brilliant march and a rapid crossing of rivers. He was a very talented man and put large amounts of efforts into his work. Joseph Hooker and his staff worked diligently to accomplish what was at task. Hooker was beloved by his men for his moral improvements in equality and medical care, but a surprising defeat at the Battle of Chancellorsville led to his resignation. His men helped him defeat the enemies and gave him confidence in the Union.
Thomas Stonewall Jackson became an invaluable resource for the Confederate Army. He was a decisive commander whose determination and fortitude saved the Confederate Army numerous times. Robert E. Lee came to value him as his most trusted subordinate and routinely gave Jackson difficult tasks. Jackson's military reputation was solidified in the Chancellorsville campaign of May 1863. Jackson's victory of the Battle of Chancellorsville brought a temporary reprieve for the Confederates, although hard fighting remained before victory could be secured. Stonewall Jackson prepares his troops to advance. Knowing his army was outnumbered, Jackson prepared his army for battle. They were the underdogs who successfully claimed the victory of the Battle of Chancellorsville.
A major key event which took place during the Battle of Chancellorsville was the wounding and death of Major Stonewall Jackson. He was another Confederate commander who stood by Lee in battle. He was accidentally shot down and killed by one of his own men, who in a panic state believed he was a Union soldier. Stonewall was a strong, courageous man who stood proudly for the South, so his death affected many Southerners. The objective of this battle at Chancellorsville was simple. The Civil War was a long war which contained many battles within it. Each battle was fought in a different place between the North and South because of issues between both that could not be solved any other way. Lincoln, as president, sent the Union Army who defended the North to attack the Confederates who had defended the South. The Confederates commander Robert E. Lee thought it was his objective and job to defend and support his native homeland, Virginia.
This map, created by an unknown author, shows the Confederate and Union wins and the roads and rivers on which the different armies traveled. Most importantly, it shows the approximate time and date of when the battle happened, which helps historians get a better understanding of the Battle of Chancellorsville.
This letter was addressed to Commander Joseph Hooker from President Abraham Lincoln to appoint Hooker to lead the Union troops in the battle. Lincoln described Hooker's outstanding qualities that made him the right man for this position of leadership.
This primary document comes from Surgeon Robert Elmore during the time of the Battle of Chancellorsville. It depicts the importance of proper care toward the soldiers fighting in battle. Also included in this document is post-battle observations of the battlefield.
This map shows an overview of the Battle of Chancellorsville. In the end, it was the Confederates who captured the victory. This battle is ranked as the fourth bloodiest battle